until I get to Applegate, and then we'll switch and he'll take the lead from there. So we'll see how we get there. We may go to Happy right there. Beautiful. Okay. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Now, certainly whether it be a motorcycle ride, jumping in, which is good because that'd be a good place to stop and have a was that something or what? It looked like it was a little bit over the weight limit. So today our trip is going to take us to Taylor's Sausage, which is just west of Grants Pass, Oregon. We're going to go the back route, so we're going to avoid taking I-5. We're going to jump on it for just about 5 minutes from Ashland to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix we're going to head to Applegate. And so we're going to go from Applegate to, well, I don't know, because I'm dragging my father-in-law along to go to Taylor's Sausage. He was really disappointed last time I went and I didn't invite him, so this time I invited him, and we're going to go ahead and head to, like I said, Applegate. And then from Applegate, I think he wants to head directly west, which will be kind of interesting because the GPS has me going north by northwest from Applegate. Probably a faster route, but maybe not as entertaining. And I'll just let him take the lead. No reason why I can't follow. So he's gonna follow me until I get to Applegate, and then we'll switch and he'll take the lead from there. So we'll see how we get there. I was just going to follow the nice lady on the GPS, but anyhow, not much to see between here and Phoenix, so I'm going to go ahead and clock out, and you'll. So I just took off of the Phoenix exit off of I-5, and we're heading towards Jacksonville. And I got to tell you, those of you that follow the channel, you know, once you get off of I-5, it's beautiful. We got the hills, we've got country properties, acreage, orchards, live animals, just a little bit of everything for you to be looking at, and you can see that. Nice, relaxing drive, not a lot of traffic. You're going to be driving between 35 to 55 from here to Taylor's Sausage. So it's a great route, and in fact today I might, depending on the confidence level of my father-in-law, as he's driving a brand new Can-Am RT, we may go to Happy Camp from Taylor's Sausage. It's a great route, real big circle, and it takes you up and around the hills down to California, and then back, I think it's 199 to I-5. So it's a beautiful way to get home, but we'll see. It just depends on how everybody's feeling, including myself. I've got a little bit of a cold I'm dealing with, but again, we'll see how everybody feels, how everybody's doing, including myself, and we might just head back the same way we came. I mean, wow, look at that housing development just pop up. I was here like a month or two ago, and I could have swore I didn't see that, but you know, maybe I wasn't paying attention. That's possible. One of my favorite parts of the ride, just as you crest the hill, you've got these wineries that flag both sides of the road just before Jacksonville, and that's kind of like your welcome to Jacksonville right there. Beautiful. Love the hillside right here. Reminds me of home. So every time I come through Jacksonville, I always like to give a quick tour. Such a cute little town. I mean, if all you do is you come out here, pop down here for lunch, you know, take a break from I-5, what a great afternoon. Coffee shops, restaurants, bookstores. You're not going to find any chains. This is all going to be independently owned and operated stores. They really do a very, very good job at maintaining that just historic feel. And what is that, 4 blocks? Now this is Main Street, and of course there's more to Jacksonville than Main Street. You got farms that allow you pick. You've got wineries for wine tasting. You have retreats that allow overnight stays, B&Bs, hotels. Yeah, lots of fun. Great little town. They have a nice little park just outside of Jacksonville, or I should say on the other side of Jacksonville. Very tourist driven, very tourist friendly. And that's it. And now we're going to head towards the hills. As you can see, we've got 21 more miles to go before we make a turn. However, my father-in-law wanted to stop in Applegate, so I'm going to let him take the lead once we get to Applegate. But this is the route we take. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Now, certainly we're at the tail end of summer here. Let me lower that. There we go. We're at the tail end of summer, and so we do have some, you know, trees are getting ready to lose their leaves. Definitely dry. But you still got color. You still got some wonderful color in here. Makes for a just a fantastic afternoon. Nice engaging drive. Unlike staying on I-5, you know, I-5 from Medford to Grants Pass, there's not really a lot to see. It's not very engaging. You know, I'd rather go a little slower and have an engaging drive than go faster. Because as we all know, being on a motorcycle, that is the destination. Where you end up is almost irrelevant. Now that reminds me, you see this, well, that was a cat. Last one was a deer. You know, middle of the afternoon, it's highly unlikely you're going to run across any deer. However, it's super important that you stay alert. These country drives like this, you know, I've had, well, the last couple of times I've gone out, I've had deer pop out in front of me. In fact, the last time I went with a group, I had a deer pop out in front of me. I believe it was twice, if not 3 times. Excuse me. So you just have to stay alert. Be aware that, you know, that may end up happening. So these hills is considered the Applegate Valley. You can see we have these beautiful hills along here, both sides of this road. Just a wonderful, beautiful drive. So wherever you find yourself today, I hope you're making plans to get out there and enjoy the outdoors. Whether it be a motorcycle ride, jumping in your convertible, getting on your bicycle, your kayak, your stand-up paddleboard, it doesn't matter. that's a fun one. I've done that one before. I have another video for the McKay Bridge. That was a lot of fun. As promised, now we're following my father-in-law. He's got a brand new Can-Am RT. I call it an aqua color. Which is good because he takes the corners a little slower, not being able to lean into the corners. And I also find myself checking my mirrors quite frequently when he's behind me. So this will work out just fine. Okay, so here we are, officially coming to the little town of Applegate. Super cute little area. Lodge, bar, and venue. Looks nice. Oh yeah, beautiful. That'd be a good place to stop and have a lunch or a dinner. Nice. That's it. Hopefully you enjoyed Applegate. Into some of these small towns and it's, you know, 2 or 3 little buildings and that's it. I love that. Look at that big giant basket of French fries and a hot dog for $7 at Taylor's Sausage. Well, that was a successful trip to Cave Junction and to Taylor's Sausage. Really bad video of my lunch. I was hungry and I noticed while I was filming it how shaky that video was, so please excuse the quality of that video, but I think I spent all of $7 on my hot dog and French fries, and that basket of French fries I couldn't finish by myself, and treated my father-in-law to a hot dog as well. And you know, where do you go where you can get a hot dog, French fry, 2 hot dogs, French fries, and be out the door for less than 15 bucks? So what a fabulous value that Taylor's Sausage provides. Anyhow, so we're heading to Grants Pass. We are actually going to take the quicker line to get home, just because, well, I'd like to enjoy a little bit of pool time. So at this point we're gonna go from Cave Junction to Grants Pass and then down I-5, and you're probably not going to see anything else on this video because there's not much to see. You know, a couple of spots on your way into Grants Pass, but really not much of interest. So I was going to go to Happy Camp through, and then head over towards I-5 from Happy Camp, which would make for an absolutely fantastic ride. But there is a wildfire that backs up to, I think it's 96 in Sneed Valley, and you know, it's close enough that it's red when you look at it. And you know, those things can move very, very quickly, so no reason for me to put myself in any sort of danger just for a motorcycle ride. So we're just gonna head back, like I said, to Grants Pass and enjoy the ride. such a beautiful day. 83, a little toastier than I care for, so got everything open as much as I possibly can. You can see my sleeves here, they're open. My jacket is still zipped, so it's not that hot. Anyhow, well, thanks for joining me today. You have yourself a fabulous evening or afternoon. And if you haven't yet, please do go ahead and subscribe. Maybe comment on the video. If there's anywhere in Southern Oregon you'd like me to visit, well, put that in the comments too, because I always like to get ideas of places to go and things to do, whether it's solo or with the family, via motorcycle or my Jeep, affectionately named Gus. Speaking of Jeeps, I'm sorry, I gotta point this out. Look at this Jeep in this Ember trailer. Was that something or what? It looked like it was a little bit over the weight limit. But you know, recently the Wranglers, they just increased their tow capacity from 3,500 pounds for the 4-door to 5,000 pounds. And one of the things that they've done recently to do that is that if you look at the earlier versions of the JL, have a narrow grille, and the later versions, they've widened the grille to match the Gladiator, which brings in a lot more air. And so they've changed the weight capacity for towing from 3,500 to 5,000 pounds, which was almost born out of necessity, because its closest competitor, which would be a 4Runner, and one might say the Bronco, which certainly directly competes with doors off, top off, that kind of thing, but the Bronco doesn't have the history that the 4Runner has. And so I would say the 4Runner is a direct competitor to the Jeep Wrangler. And you know, I don't know what the tow capacity is of the Bronco. I'd like to see that. I think it's 3,000, 3,500. Again, feel free to comment. I know that the Broncos are great rigs, great platforms to build from. They have independent suspension, good solid ride. And one of the unique things about the Ford Bronco that I particularly like is that the Ford Bronco, they designed the back area, the trunk of the Bronco, to accept the doors. So you can store the doors in the back, and unlike the Wrangler, where you're gonna store it in your garage, the Bronco, you can store your doors in the back. So kind of a unique situation. Looking at what's going to come next after Gus. Gus has got roughly 10,000 miles, actually 107. And you know, there's plenty of life left in Gus. He's, other than at this point needing a new transmission, which is luckily enough I had an extended warranty. But you know, Gus has been pretty much trouble-free, and so we're going to keep Gus. He's going to stay in the stable. I kind of have a daydream that the wife will drive Gus, or I'll continue to keep driving Gus, and then we're going to add another off-road vehicle to the stable, so that we can off-road together, and then I don't have to wait for anybody but my wife. Because I really don't like to solo off-road. I think that there's definitely some inherent benefit when you're able to bring somebody along. Alright, well, I'm just rambling. Again, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon or this evening, and whatever you do, get out there and adventure.